Locked on target.
Hi, crew, and welcome to Hot Chocolate Chronicles. And this is your boy, Captain Chris. And in case you're not familiar with Hot Chocolate Chronicles, you'll know that. Oh, actually, the hot chocolate packet's a little bit folded up. It is the show where we share the life, the universe, and everything over a cup of hot chocolate. And you may notice a different mug, and that has to do with what happened yesterday. It is my birthday this week, and I just had my birthday party yesterday, which was my actual birthday. So thank you all for tuning in and to my Twitch streams and whatnot on the day. And actually had my first few random people come in to Twitch chat, even though I've been streaming for like 5 weeks pretty much straight every night. But yeah, thank you. Let's get the show started in my brand new Star Wars mug. I'm so pumped about this. Wow, it's a different type of hot chocolate. What the heck flavor is that? In case you guys didn't know, before this all started in 100 subs or whatever, I was doing a mystery hot chocolate thing where I got a bunch of different flavors of hot chocolate, and I'm guessing. I have no clue. Like dark chocolate, maybe? It is amaretto. What the heck is amaretto? I don't know, but that's what amaretto tastes like. It tastes like dark chocolate, hot chocolate. And I know some dark or hot chocolate connoisseurs like, this guy's just an idiot. I'm like, well, I'm not a dark chocolate connoisseur. I don't know what amaretto is. So, I don't think I could have guessed that one. But yeah, let's get into other topics. So, obviously, the big topic's going to be for my birthday. And, of course, I got my Star Wars swag, which is probably going to get this video copyright infringement or whatever. So, hopefully that doesn't happen, because I want to use that mug, because I'm a big fan of Star Wars, in case you haven't figured out. That's one of my things. So, I really love the old Star Wars as opposed to the new Star Wars, but I'm not like, oh, you new Star Wars people are the worst, like some of the old original trilogy fans are. No, that's not me. If you like Star Wars in general, we can get along. So, that's just how it goes. Anyways, I really like a lot of what's going on. Surprisingly, I haven't been uploading videos and putting them up on YouTube this week, mainly because I've been focusing on Twitch streaming Metal Gear Solid 5 as well as Mad Max coming in the next few weeks. Well, and gosh, okay, I want to get into more in this topic, but I want to touch base on YouTube first. I feel like me doing Let's Plays is kind of senseless, because not many people watch them. More people, or no one comes to my channel for Let's Plays, okay? When I do a Let's Play, it's just me doing it for myself. And that's fine. That's why I do the Let's Play, is I want to share the games that I love. Like Half-Life 2, like Squirreltopia, and I have a love and hate relationship, and that finished up last week. Then I love Dungeon Defenders, or Dungeon Quest. I haven't done Dungeon Defenders yet, but Defenders Quest is obviously one of my favorite RPG or tower defense hybrid things. So of course I'm really liking doing the Let's Play, and that's the key for me. Is I don't just want to be a Let's Play channel. The Let's Plays I do are games that I genuinely love and want to share with my community. So I haven't been uploading Let's Plays, and I really need to get to work on Guild Wars 2 content. But a part of me is like, I do not want to do any Guild Wars 2 content now. Not because I don't want to do it, but because Heart of Thorns is right around the corner, and everything that comes with Heart of Thorns is going to change the game and so dramatically. We've already seen this in specializations. I had 4 character guides completely shot, okay? Then literally 3 days after, they were like, oh, by the way, we're redoing all the talents and whatever. That patch went live. I knew it was coming in the future, but I figured I could help people out for 2-3 months. But no, I had literally probably spent maybe 20 hours of work on these guides. And of course, I can update them and still use my general format from the previous guides, but the new trait system is just so much like so hard to explain to old to new and to try and be like, and this is how you spec this build now, even though you used to be able to do this build. And yes, so I won't get into that because that they eliminated a lot of builds, a lot of meta builds with the new trait system, even though they claim to have kept everything consistent. Like they hard nerfed Thief to the ground pretty much until Heart of Thorns comes out, and through the trait rebalancing and jeez. Well, I mean, I don't want to get into Guild Wars to current state of game type stuff, but I just, it's one of those things where I want to create content for it, but I have so much other stuff to do that, you know, isn't necessarily getting me anything in particular, like my Twitch content. But, you know, it's what stuff I enjoy doing. Like, I've been playing through Metal Gear Solid 5 over the past, like, week. I've been, still nowhere done with it. I'm, like, 30 hours into the game. But I'm still 26% of completion or whatever. But I've been enjoying that, and I've really liked, you know, just hanging out with people in Twitch chat and whatnot. Even, well, one day I had people come in and we had a great conversation about lore and whatnot. But the other people have pretty much subscribed when me, Anthony, and were streaming Halo. Like, that's when people actually took interest, because again, it's another game that I'm super passionate about. And what actually got me the followers was I mentioned that 10 years ago on my birthday, which it was my birthday when I was streaming, I had a party for Halo back in the day. Literally, and 10 years later, I'm still playing Halo on my birthday. So what does that tell you? You know, like, Halo is one of those things that I grew up with, so of course it makes sense that I'm going to be playing it. But that's what I want to communicate, is that when you show passion in your hobby, and when you show that you're committed, that's when people really understand you. And that's where I kind of feel like I've miscommunicated because of the nature of how many videos I do. Like, all my different things, like 20 minutes a game is just so completely different than a Let's Play. Well, kind of, but the feel of it's different. You know, so it's hard for me to kind of like find that focus of where my channel's going to go. But alas, let's get back to birthday stuff, and I'll figure out stuff. And I've been thinking about it a lot, about where I want to take my channel now that everyone is like, you haven't done anything for a week, I'm gonna sub to your channel. Literally, like last week I hit 100 subs. Okay, I was super happy about it. This week I'm at 144, and I haven't done a darn thing for the channel. Where does that make sense? So, like, I love you guys and thank you for subbing, but like, that has got to be the most frustrating thing I've ever, like, I've never been able to be, like, frustrated about growth. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not frustrated you guys subbed, but, like, this, I've put the least amount of work into my YouTube channel, and typically I put in, like, 70 hours a week, just straight into YouTube, and I poured it all into Twitch. Got no Twitch followers, well, I got, like, 5, but I got no Twitch progress, but my YouTube took way off, like, comparatively than what it was. I get that, like, there's this, when your channel breaks 100, then people will kind of, like, pay attention to it a bit more. But really, like, I'm not complaining. This is first world problems, but, like, as a content creator, when you're pouring, like, 70 hours into something, and you're throwing, like, content up against the wall trying to, like, make it through stuff, because again, I'm not in the YouTube for money or fame. I'm just in it to, you know, share my passion with you guys. You know, and when you don't do any work on your channel for like a week, and that's when you get most of your growth, that What? Well, okay. I kind of take that back because I get it. There are seeds that you plant, like gardening is this in a nutshell, where you work and you work and you work, but then your plants get to a certain point and you just let them grow. And they grow 10 times more than what they were when you were watering or having to weed and water every other day or anything like that where they're intensive, and then you can kind of do that. I created content that people wanted to sub to back in the day, and now I need to follow that up and build off that momentum, and I will. That's going to happen. But yeah, let's get back to my birthday. So what swag did I get? Well, first is the cup. Second, I got a Force Unleashed poster, and which was awesome. Like, it's a wall cling. Okay, so I have nerdy stuff. I have a lot of nerdy stuff, but because of the green screen behind me, you guys don't get to see the nerdy stuff, which kind of stinks. But I'm going to like create a shot of my nerdy stuff to like edit on my green screen for all my shows besides Hot Chocolate Chronicles, because to be honest, a Hot Chocolate Chronicles is supposed to be my raw feelings and my raw emotions. Like, this is not an edited show on purpose, if that makes sense. So, I did get the Force Unleashed poster, which was really good because that's one of my favorite Star Wars games. And then I got a charge and play controller or pack for my Xbox One, which I've really wanted. So I got a rechargeable battery for my controller. And this is from my wife. And then we got a frog wind sock. So in case you guys did not know, frogs are my favorite animal, and I've showed this off in Hot Chocolate Chronicles. I'll actually grab something from my desk that you guys haven't seen, which frogs are my favorite animals. I believe I got this down in Florida when I visited. But yeah, the frogs are my thing. So whenever you get me frog anything, I'm pretty happy. It's frogs and Star Wars or geek Halo stuff. So that's pretty much my jam. But I was excited about that, and that's pretty much what I got. My wife got me a $25 gift card to GameStop because she does surveys on her free time or whatever, and that was the thing. My mom and dad got me Mario Maker, which is coming out on the 11th, which I will be streaming on Twitch, and then oh yeah, this Lego Frog game that was a lot of fun. Where you kind of like build the play area and you had to like hop the frogs and avoid the crane. I played that. It was a lot of fun. And pretty much, I mean, just the Mario Maker and gift cards and other things that are small and assorted. More for like personal things to me, if that makes sense. Not like exciting things, but like smaller gifts. And I appreciate that. And then, of course, my mother-in-law got me my Xbox One, so that's pretty much my birthday, and I'm very, 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 very thankful for pretty much what everyone got me, because it's been a huge blessing on me today, and next week will be interesting because that's Abigail's birthday. It's this weekend, which is my daughter. So she was born relatively close to my birthday, so yeah. Oh, so that wraps up my birthday swag, I believe, and I know I've been forgetting things, and I apologize to my parents because I'm not doing that good of a list, but that's the nature of doing a live show, is I've just forgotten temporarily of like the other things. But what I want to talk about is basically what I kind of feel like is happening to, I guess, like gaming in general for the ethos of like buying games. So I introduced this topic on the podcast of like, should we avoid a game because of how it's made, or and basically I wanted to kind of tackle the question of should we avoid a game or avoid an art form because of how it's made. I would say in some cases there are morally objectable things. Like if you are, painting with animal blood, or you know what I mean, or like killing children and arranging their bodies in artistic forms or whatever, that's chances are that's pretty nasty, and I want to avoid that content. And I will not make it, even though artistically it's the best thing ever or whatever. I could care less. That's sick and disgusting, like that's not for me. That's not art I want to consume. Um, so yeah, I that's where I kind of got onto that topic, but no one bit. Like everyone's like, yeah, corporate people have been doing it forever. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I just don't feel like that's. I feel like how something is made goes into how much I enjoy the end product, and I know that's kind of, well, biased, I guess. I don't know. Bias isn't the right term, but that's kind of how I feel deep in my core. So the way things are made and how they are made, especially in art, really defines how that's made. So I'll give you an example of what I mean. So when I wood carve, because I'm a wood carver as well. Yes, I wear many hats, but mostly this one. But the I used to do work that was very um, intricate and very passion oriented, where I would draw out these patterns for like 30 hours and then I would carve them on wood. Very beautiful work, and that's what I kind of did. Well, that kind of took on, and I got offered a few commissions. And after I started to draw the commissions per se, um, I realized that I just wasn't as passionate about those commissions, and I was doing the same quality of work, but it lacked the spark, that the passion for just art, art for art's sake, if that makes sense, that I did before. So the method, because I was being paid to do the work and felt obligated to create, that changed the tone of my work as an artist. And I get that. And how much of that is useful in today's age, I don't know. Like, how much of that is practically useful. But when I look at video games in particular, when I see MGS5 has these just slight overtones of, I can tell where they did not want to add like the monetization system. It's hidden away in like in menus type thing. Like they didn't want to necessarily add all of the customization, otherwise it would be done better in the UI. That type of thing. Uh, there's little things that I pick up on as on the other side of the coin, like as a designer, having designed UI and tried my hand at it. Not saying I'll ever put out a real game, but a lot of things that I know how the business runs now, where I've read these things and I look for these things and I can follow GDC and, that type of thing. I can see the design choices and how they are made in Metal Gear Solid 5. And it is, oh my gosh, is it like, I'm not going to say it's like this epic clash of artist versus publisher and that type of thing, but I can definitely see that there was tension between basically Konami and Kojima. I mean, I can tell that just from like the things that we want you to add versus the things he wanted to focus on. So for instance, like Quiet is one of the best characters in Metal Gear Solid ever, okay, and that's pretty tough for me to say. Konami had nothing to do with her. Okay, nothing. That's all Kojima. Okay, and you could tell that like I feel like he watched Kill Bill when he thought of her, but I could be completely wrong. This is me shooting off the hip, but I feel like that bride was the direct inspiration for Quiet, and uh, like I just don't want to get into like lore and whatnot and spoilers, but Quiet is one of the best characters in video games that I have, best and well written characters. And yes, I know she's kind of quarter naked or whatever, and you know, she just wears basically, I mean, her stuff, and she has action oriented scenes. But I love the lore of, and I don't want to get into spoilers because there's a lot of people this not this far in the game yet, but I love the lore behind her, and I love who she is, if that makes sense. Like she is one of the better characters in that I've played with in the games. Also, Venom Snake is pretty darn awesome. So I've been rambling, and not drinking chocolate with you guys. So as usual, I have a question for you guys. So what, uh, what art, or what do you think about the art question? So do you think that you'll ever not buy a game specifically because of how it's made? You know, if it's infringing on the artist's rights or anything like that. Because I don't buy music sometimes when labels are like junk. I'll just be like, yeah, I'll pass on this, and I'll buy a T-shirt, you know, which goes more directly to support the band, you know, that type of thing. Even though I really am interested in the band for the music. So I just want to be consistent. So I feel like we should be starting to be more picky about what games we buy. You know, I don't think everything is fair game at this point. I literally, I just that's my opinion. So what's yours? So, but anyways, let's drink and finish up. So, all right, man, it does taste that or amaretto. If I'm messing that up, amaretto chocolate is really quite tasty actually because I like darker chocolates. So, but anyways, thank you guys for tuning in, and thank you for wishing me happy birthday, all you folks on the internet. I very much appreciate it. So until we meet again, stay on target.